So I got a question for the people in the chat. And if you're listening to this in podcast form, think about this on your drive home. I got a question. All right. The Lions are 9-3. They're 9-3, or they're 8-3. They play the New Orleans Saints. They're up 21 points in 6 minutes and 45 seconds. They then barely win the game. Offense has to win then the game by converting a third down to win the game. And when we won that game and improved to 9-3, when I and other people in the fan base were a little bit leery and critiquing the team, the response that I got and that most of the fan base had was, we're 9-3. We're okay. All right. And my favorite thing in the whole world to say about your Detroit Lions is we are ahead of schedule. And I hate it. I hate that. I think it's perfect for Detroit Lions fans because most of us are miserable. We've never won anything. Therefore, we are okay with being, quote unquote, ahead of schedule. Who said we was ahead of schedule? Who said that? Did the Jacksonville Jaguars think they were ahead of schedule when they had the first pick in the draft and then went and won a home playoff game? I don't think so. Did the San Francisco 49ers in 2019 draft Nick Bosa number 2 overall and then go to the Super Bowl? Yeah, they lost, but they got there. Did they think they were ahead of schedule? And right now, San Francisco won 5, dropped 3, won another 5 in a row. And guess who the Super Bowl favorites are right now? But the Lions are ahead of schedule. Why? Because we'll get them next year. Brad and Dan said this was every single time, man, the goalpost moves. It was a 3-year real. Next year, I'm going to hear that we are in year 4 of a rebuild. Where I swear, bro, we're the only team that says we're in year 4 of a rebuild. Are we kidding? Is this a real Detroit Lions thing? That we're in year 4 of a rebuild. What are we going to be next? Year 5 of a rebuild? In addition to that, why is it that only Lions fans believe that next year we going to get there? You know what? We're ahead of schedule. And next year, when our schedule is harder, when we have no idea who's going to be hurt, we have no idea who we're going to draft. We have no idea if Brad Holmes is going to actually get somebody who can make a difference on this team, but we're going to go further. Is it because we've consecutively been better? Okay, cool. We go from 3-13-1 to 9-8. Now we are potentially, at worst case scenario, 9-8. That would be a catastrophic failure if that happened. And somebody gonna have to pay the price. But why is it okay? Why are we in year 3 of a rebuild? Why are we ahead of schedule? Because what? You think these guys, you think Hutch and Kaminsky and Goff they're going to go home and pack their bags at the end of the season and say, you know what? We overachieved this year. We overachieved this year. There's no such thing as overachieving. You either got it or you don't. That's it. You don't know what's going to happen. Look at the Minnesota Vikings, 12-5, 11 one-score games. This year, lose their quarterback. They start 1-4, and they're right behind us in the playoffs, in the playoff race. But we're ahead of schedule. I'm telling you, we should demand better. We deserve better and stop settling for mediocrity. That's our problem. We're used to it. So I thought about this the other day. I said, does a Lion fan base know what it feels like to win? Because we're used to being miserable. So here's what I want to say. We beat the New Orleans Saints and we're 9-3 and we're okay, right? Most of us saw, or some of us saw how that game was looking. Defense was going to be a problem. Can't be up 21 points in 7 minutes and then barely win the game. But this week, oh man, we lose the game and now the sky is falling. Now you have those same people saying we are not going to make the playoffs, which is ridiculous in my opinion. We go from a 99% chance to a 0% chance because we lost. Where were you at this time last year? Was it because we won and it was covered? Is that why? Notice how I raised the voice. That means those are not rhetorical questions. Those are actual questions. Is it because we won? Is that why? Is that why everything was okay? We're 9-3. We're not. We're 5 games over 500, but we're not going to win another game. That's what I'm seeing on social media. That the Detroit Lions are not going to win another game. What are we doing? What are we doing? So let me know. Where are those people? Which one is it? Are we ahead of schedule? Is it because that's what we want to be? Is it because we tell ourselves that to make ourselves feel better about what we lack or the fact that we can't truly compete? Which means that next year, there's no talking. Lions going to come out and dominate from start to finish. It's amazing how the San Francisco 49ers dropped 3 in a row and nobody batted an eye. We lose 1. We haven't lost 2 games in a row in almost 15 months, but yet we are the ones that are frauds. Think about that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.